Okay, and welcome back, YouTube. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. Sadly, the internet is still down, so Twitch is not going to get this one. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit short because of that. Although I do want to get this part recorded before I bring my recording session to the end today. So we're going to finish our sort of campaign here, defeat this region. Obviously, the first part of that is going to be defeating the guys in front of us. So, in close formation, we're going to basically follow the same sort of strategy we did before. Deploy our main guys about 4 lines deep. In close formation, the other guys in just a tight box on one of the flanks. We'll start, let some time pass, we'll let the enemy approach us. Technically, this is like the proverbial equivalent of their garrison selling forth. Okay, so their main troops charge our main line. This is a faction, so they're quite well armed. Compromise the flanks on the enemy unit here. Our main battle line is holding. Formation attack numbers now, yeah. So I think we'll end up winning here. We'll see if we can get this group to rout, and if we can, we'll try to get around. Compromise the flanks on this one. Well, they managed to reorganize enough that they're not considering their flanks compromised anymore. Okay, compromise the flanks again. These are another faction's units instead of just free people's. So they're definitely a little bit more competent by the looks of it. If you outnumber them, the morale of one of these units breaks, I think we'll be able to quickly mop up the other one. Thanks for something compromised. We're going to reorganize our forces if we can. Formations have definitely started to break up. Let's see if we can actually disentangle our units here. Alright, morale's holding. Things aren't quite going according to plan. We've got some of our units stuck in the other formation. Back the enemy's rear. Well, for good for ill, we're picking up a bunch of experience. They're running for my flag. There we go. Worried for a moment there, they're just going to run for the flag instead of actually fight the ground forces. There they go. We lost 29 to 241. Yeah, professional, proper guys do a better job than the free folk. Let's go lay siege. Of course, we need to wait them out. Back in the town. Food situation is improving. We're out to 19 days of food, so I think it is time to reestablish some food access improvements. We'll double the food being distributed. Then out on the world map, your stable. I suppose we can collect some product from you. You'd be good for making gems, although we don't need the gems. We'd just be exporting it right now. Could also do leather production, which I think is what we will do. Although, hold off a moment. Go into tech. How does the tech look? We're up to 100 innovation. And that's with me even turning innovation down due to clay not being delivered properly. As far as knowledge is concerned, I could do some of the... Yeah, we could do small town. And we can think about maybe doing some of the global stuff. This is only 5 knowledge. Yeah, let's pick up small town. We think we're going to at least want one small town. Not sure if I need skilled workforce. I think the technically skilled workforce is the upgrade, not the base. Yeah, once you get to 600, we might want to do that. And then there's 4 levels of you. And then in the tech tree, there are 3. Yeah, so the base level 1 you can get without having to invest any knowledge points. So I can invest 3 here to get 2.5% global workforce. Which is one way to get more stuff elsewhere. We get health here. Although I'm not sure... I don't think this affects... I think this is health in the Empire, not health in the country. I don't think it'll affect the home city. Although it might. Again, that's global. And then that's global as well. Okay. So it's 5 and 3. So in theory, I could run those. So we get global workers that help elsewhere. We'd get the output from the city, which is either going to be the mine or the beast of burden. We'll see if we can get it up to 600 housing and grab the next housing level, because we just unlocked that. In theory, that also provides us 12 more workforce, so maybe we run some of the global stuff with that workforce, and then we can have both the mine and the cows or something. Take a look at that point. Food still positive. Eggs are negative. Maybe an argument to go for more eggs. We're technically importing rations, so buy price is 54. The money trend is that well, before we're getting taxes in. So basically we're bringing in taxes to buy, right now, rations. Rations and clothes for the army, mostly. Technically buy tools as well. And we would be buying furniture if we weren't that positive on furniture. What is it innovation or is it knowledge, the carrying capacity? The holding. There's maintenance. So that's obviously knowledge. Spoilage is knowledge. Logistics is knowledge. Okay. So I got a bunch of innovation. Maybe don't actually need as much innovation anymore. Innovation is just going to be raw bonuses of things like farms. Well, the basic farming here, that does affect a veg. That would be net workers, so we'll take that. And that one would be probably net workers. We'll take that one. That one less so, although a little bit extra veg didn't hurt there. Oh, I suppose that was a combination of veg and cotton farming, so we want more cotton as well. Yeah, might invest in some more mining. Potentially towards the clay stuff. We'll sit on that for a while. We'll take one more level of fish. Actually at 9 of 10. Here's the... Oh, the advanced fishery is well down there. The fishery upgrade, it wouldn't actually be that bad, but obviously doing all the research to get there is a different problem. I don't have quite enough for that to be net positive. Although, I'm saying net positive. Some of that's maybe up for debate. Now that we've improved the throughput of you. What's our... So it's a base of 1, the resource is doubling it, the upgrade is 50% more. And I suppose the additives and the multipliers actually kick off of each other, so... so 1 is 1 plus 1, so it's actually like 1.5 per worker. We assume the worker working here and the worker working here are about 1 to 1. You know, actually, I will assume that. So let's say we can probably get away with a little bit more investment then. Let's take another one there. Go up to max of basic fishing. Take another one there. That point, divide 13 by 1.5. Get like 8 times 12. Yeah, say no there. And then another view there. Take one of you. I'm also looking at food because we're having a little bit of a food issue. Take a couple here. Yeah, there's the 2 there. That'll be fine. Okay, and that still leaves us a bunch of innovation. Oh, I didn't realize this one was a little bit unhappy. Well, this one's only yellow, so that's apparently not a big concern. Okay. Check up on the siege. Siege needs to basically continue. Yeah, we delete half the garrison. I think we want a little bit more than half the garrison be destroyed. Accident has occurred, 6 subjects are injured. Seek out hospital. I know the deaths. Okay, so it sounds like this is just turning off and on. Red waters. Waters in your capital suddenly turn red and taste of rust. Events like this are alluded into the Sumerian, and thus momentarily increase in devotion massively. Possibly the end of 6 is time to court the gods after all. Blood are distinctly unimpressed by the rust water, though. Extra production fisheries, piety shrine, piety temple. Okay, so people are gonna need to worship more. We're gonna turn that off for the moment. Try to hope that causes the clay to pile up a bit better. Because in theory we're making enough, but it doesn't feel like it. So you've got surplus 2 workers. I need 3 for the worker guild. So it might be an interesting situation where we get the worker guild in enough places, and that provides us another worker, so we get more worker guild. Finding that a potential interesting effect. Let's see, no surplus workers there. Although, I might not need the law and order here anymore. See if we can turn that off. Okay, the other place where we have the law and order turned off like that, it's fine. So we'll turn it off there. So you've got surplus 2, you've got surplus 2, you've got surplus 8, because we're not actually collecting anything from you yet. And that's with you having a stand. I guess what's the other thing I could do is I could go around and place out a bunch of stands and make those places happier. Fair enough. Nope. Occupy. There we go. So, in theory, we just destroyed a faction we were at war with. We've gone ahead and connected most of our territory. At some point, we might do the same to this faction. Well, this faction is got a bigger army. So we'd want to prep some more troops before we do that, but there be peace once more in the realm. Drop the taxes to Fudge all. We'll take the first level in the admin, because we know we're going to at least want the first level. And then we wait for the place to recover. Title unlocked. Congrats, you've earned the right to style yourself Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. Control 7 regions and get access to ancient and prestigious title. Next playthrough or resettle, you'll be allowed to select this title to boost your game. Current boost 2.92 government points. Each race you unlock the title with increases the bonus. Cool. It's trending up. It's only going to get 632, so it's a little bit short. I suppose if we're going up to next year, it could potentially... Are we really on growth 1? I'm on growth 1. Most of the other places are on growth 2. Would increase the reading capacity 700, which isn't actually a big jump, I suppose. So it's 600, 1200, and it requires another tech we don't got. Fair enough. The well is 5 workforce for +2, +1 health. And of course it has multiple levels. So using 5 workforce is the same as jumping... Okay, so we probably want to do growth 2 over growth 3. Or growth 2 over the well. Because apparently we don't need the health when we're that small. Okay, 10 plus 2 times area times moisture. The moisture is still pretty bad here. Okay, so we're getting like 61 people per capacity is how that works out. So it's... Okay, I can't really see that one because that's what we've got. 2 for 2. We go to... Next one up is 3 for 3. Then... Well, 5 for 5 after that one, okay. And then this one's worse. Unless we need the health, that one's probably not worth doing. So unless health... I suppose I can click it and see what the health does. Does health provide a modifier? I'm gonna guess that bad health probably does. Health must be maintained over 50%. Otherwise you get bad stuff. Fair enough. So we don't need that yet here because the region just isn't big enough. There weren't the people to do the thing. Okay. In the meantime, this has hopefully been futzing around. Yep, devastation is going down, although the population is still going down. People are positive loyalty with the army in the area. It's good to see. Okay, so we had an accident out in the lumber cutting. Food is trending up. Access to the food is going up. Kicking up another level. At some point we need to probably bring more people in just to make more food. Or have to find something that is another really good source of fulfillment. Although... Now, if I got just a little bit more knowledge, we could do fancy hearths. That would be a pretty good source of fulfillment. Yeah, it wouldn't take much to do fancy hearths. Twitch chat's now back. Did I have stream issues? I didn't exactly have stream issues, I had internet issues. The internet went kaput. So sorry, you've missed a little bit. I don't know how long it took for the stream to come back. We've been recording for about 30 minutes. We had the battle entering the glide, the territory here. So it was just the one battle. After we successfully won that battle, we basically ran down here and sieged the place down. So you haven't necessarily missed too much. And that will be in the YouTube video. I recorded that for YouTube. Even though it won't be, obviously, in the Twitch video. So I suppose if you're watching on Twitch and you want to see that battle, you'll have to go watch the YouTube video when it gets posted. This place, in theory, is going to grow to 600, which means we can grab the next size up, which will provide more workforce and means we can do more stuff there. Oh, the moisture is even worse there. Yeah, the moisture is what gets us from all these places. Is there a way to improve moisture? I don't think there's necessarily a way to improve moisture. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way to improve moisture. Obviously, trying to fish farm in the middle desert is a bad idea. So I can do some stuff to try and improve beautification of the city, decoration. Whoops. Let's not put it in front of the doorway I typically place. And of course, stick my road out. Okay, back to decorations. And again, we're trying to illuminate the roads here a little bit to make people happier traveling on them. Because lights is definitely one of the complaints our people have in this city. It's a relatively cheap and easy to fix problem. You can do bigger lights, I think. Which have a bigger coverage. Come in two sizes. They come that size and that size. That size obviously doesn't really work in the middle of roads. Might be better for communal areas. Where you then get a little bit better coverage. Not having to stick it in the middle of the thing. Up there. Okay. Same sort of logic with the statues. Oh, the statues actually have three sizes. And then the benches... Well, the benches can get quite big. Put a set of benches over there. Set of benches in there, across from the stocks. Yeah, some of the things our people have been complaining about, well, not exactly complaining about, but we can prove in environment is they want to see torches, they want to see statues. Technically, I didn't do any statues, so we shouldn't see an improvement there. They want light, so light plus torch is going to be helpful. Our guys apparently care about humidity, although our place is humid enough. They don't care whether it's square or round. And then, was the benches? The benches under service, wasn't it? Benches under service, yeah, they definitely like more benches. They like places to go sit down. I suppose we could get... Oh, we haven't got any restaurants. Oh, we need a bunch of knowledge for that. Might be worth doing. At some point. Instead of trying to shove more and more food through the food stalls, get some restaurants going. As a alternative for food pickup. Pop out back at the campaign map. Did you hit 600 yet? No, 554. You haven't even hit 300 yet. Yeah, we might want to increase the army size if we go for the last region to get all our regions except for our core one hooked up. Guess I might as well pop in the city. Wait for some stuff to happen. I'm really enjoying that pool. That's maybe an argument to get another pool somewhere. Let's put another one over here. I don't think this one's going to help as much as the previous one. Or no, that was a pond, wasn't it? Yeah, that's a pond. Put a pond right next to the pump. And at some point I suppose I probably want to pump over here so we can get some pools and such over here as well. think you're already getting full water effect? Yeah. You're not necessarily the best place to put it, but it's fully effective there. Can I make, because we got a bunch of, or don't have a bunch of innovation sitting around, because I turned the thing down, get the clay up. Okay, we're in theory 157. This costs 122, so we're going to turn it on. That'll provide us with some more innovation. We might spend some of that innovation on generating some wood. Well, greater wood upkeep. Well, I don't need that many people working that pump. First of all, because we're going to upgrade it with metal. And second of all, because I'm not sure we need it to go very far. Fixed range to start with. Nice little pond over here for them to bathe in. I think I might run a line over to here, so we can put a pond over next to the statue and over next to the noble's quarter. And this is good tree land. This area is decently moist. Yeah, moist enough for the tree farms at least. Here we go. So we got that pond over there hooked up as well. Yeah. We'll put like 4 workers on here. We don't need very many workers to keep the pressure up. Doesn't need to run that far. And raise food distribution a little bit more. Government's apparently down because someone got away with some crimes. And or it's been too long since we've had someone executed in the fighting pits. Not sure which. Okay, we're up to 40 innovation from the improvements. Woodcutting. Woodcutter. We pay 2 innovation for 6 effective workers. 3 for 6 effective workers, 4 for 5 effective workers, 5 for 5. That's probably good enough for the moment. That'll help with offsetting. In fact, it should put us in the positive. That should cover all the costs of making wood. Cool. We're a little bit negative on stone. I think we still make a small enough amount of stone that we just toss it with 2 people in the stone mine. I may be at the point where I need to get more weavers going. Have more fabric. Okay, we almost got the loyalty. We almost got the expectations back up to where they want it. After the whole drought destroyed the food stockpiles. Benches are up, although probably need to distribute more benches. Wells down. Quality wells. Not all my wells the same quality. The wells the same quality. This one's a little overburdened is what's going on. Okay. Probably because of all the fishermen and farmers down here that are new since we added the well. So we'll add a second well. Apparently it's nicer to walk around the pool than over the canal. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'll put some roads around the pool. You're up to 109. Oh, so I probably want to put some growth in you, right? Yeah, at least 1 level growth. Raise the gap a little bit more. Take you up to 312, which is enough to get the next main town hall upgrade. You're not at 600 yet. No, we're not doing any of that. You know, I'm going to accept that the growth is just going to be a little bit slow here. I'm going to grab the pasture, which is what I think we're doing. Don't necessarily need more gems, although we may want it in the future. We may swap from pasture to gems in the future. Do the pasture here, and then I'm going to do the Workers Guild. Apply that, see how that works out. Theory, that has provided us additional workers elsewhere. It's 2% more workers elsewhere. We'll need to stack that a little bit more before that comes an appreciable amount. .6. Okay, yeah, that's going to need to be stacked a little bit more before it becomes appreciable. Although I can definitely see a situation where you get a breakpoint where that allows you to put that on a bunch of places. might be nice to get another hole going for these guys. We are actually providing enough fulfillment. Not much more than they need, but that's because government's come back. Presumably someone went to the fighting pits. Access to water, either fresh or salt. Yeah, our people would like more water. So improving the statues, improving the water, improving the pools, I think would help them a little bit. Okay. So once again, another water pump. Biggest size. Yeah, I think it's going to be north of the town here. Go north of this part of the town. Put a canal in. Went all the way around? Yeah, probably went all the way around. This is going to be slightly larger network, obviously. And we'll put a pole over here somewhere. Pond, I mean. So the one down here needs to be connected. Canal. Okay. And obviously we have metal, so metal in the pump. Here's the number of people that need to work it. Still gonna start it off pretty small as well. Pool immediately gets swamped with people using it. Yeah, I think they wanted that pool. .33 pressure, and I think that should be enough to get it to where it's going for the moment. Nope. Nope. A little short. We'll go 10 workers then. Should be able to fill the rest of the pool then. There we go. Fulfillment is... well, fulfillment hasn't actually improved that much, because it looks like law and order went down. Counteracting my bonuses to the well. Water. Well, apparently water's going down, so that's not it. Well's getting better. Pool type's getting pretty much better. Yeah, let's put the other pool type in. I think we're good there. At least for the moment. To basically do more statues. Also try to get more eggs stockpiled. Did you hit 600 yet? Nope. You're not 300 yet. People are injured, okay. What do I need to upgrade the temples? That's tombs. Oh, I gotta research tombs, doesn't do me any good. And then I get worshipping with style, which is knowledge. It's a bunch of knowledge. More knowledge than I really want to spend right now. I don't think we need any of those right now. I've got enough knowledge right now, we could pick up the fancy hearts. Let's go ahead and, before I actually do it, let's evaluate how practicable improving the hearts will be. Got that, got that, got that. Do we have surplus on that? We do. Yes, reasonably practical. Let's grab the fancy hearts then. And then we can go through all 5 of the hearts and upgrade them. Well, maybe a little shorter on metal than I would like. I do in theory have enough to support current consumption. Let's, this will run the money down a little bit while as we do it, but... Oh, where's my furniture importer? The furniture importer is probably the one to do it. That's the gem exporter. Your furniture. We're obviously not importing furniture right now, so let's import iron instead. Yeah, where we can get our hearths upgraded. And see the quality of that service improve. Not that we necessarily need hearths here, although not needing hearths means that when they do use them, they go farther. Right, which is why, especially here in this is the middle of winter, this is when the hearths are going to be the most needed in this climate. Right, we have 5 hearths. Okay, they're max size hearths, but that's supporting 1.5k people. Ran into fancy stone. we can see the effect that's having on fulfillment. As hearts should be trending up from 33% fulfillment to 66% fulfillment as the people make use of the now upgraded hearts. Yeah, if we get the better shrines in the temples, that would be another way to improve it. Temples, obviously, with no one worshipping in a temple, there's no crits there. I didn't realize I had to allow graveyard access. Okay. Oh, it's off by default because they don't want it. Fair enough. We can let them be buried in the graveyards. Or encourage them to be buried in the graveyards rather than just thrown in the mass burial pits. There are 2 levels of benches. Yeah, we don't have enough access as well. It's a combination of access and quality. That's why that's not full. Oh, and I've got enough leather. Oh, I'm not actually cut stone positive anymore with all that that improvement. Let's find the stone cutter. Oh, that is running at full. Okay, I improve that. Yes, but not very effectively with tech, so building more is going to be the way to do it. Okay. And then clothing-wise, do I have adequate access to the markets? Access is a little low. Although that's because I think we have like one neighborhood doesn't have a market yet, right? That's what's going on. Yeah, we got one neighborhood doesn't have a market in it. We don't have one over here. Grab one of these and put it over there. Then disease at our doorstep. Oh dear. Certainly that won't be a problem, right? Say sarcastically, realizing that that's probably going to totally be a problem. We're doing a pretty good job at keeping health high. We're definitely offsetting the population using a combination of wells, lavatories, climate, and food servings. Okay, so I don't think we need this running at full. A full one already is providing us like 80% of our needs, so take this down to like 10. We'll take it to like 33%. Okay, let's put you positive again. And you're positive again. Good to see. And metal, even though we have it set to import, is not positive. So we're now at a point where I need to import metal to maintain all the metal stuff. Although I'm not running the ore mine at full tilt, am I? Alright, because we're running it at this speed. Find the appropriate building. Charcoaler's running at 3, you're running at 14. Yeah, I'm running at the speed that the metal smelter is at. Okay. So I could up or expand a little bit. Although, at some point then I'll also import the metal from our quad. Okay. Out on the map, take one more pass before we go and bring this part to a close. It's still not 600. The target is over 600, so it should get there eventually. It's just taking its sweet time. Clouds or insects are harassing our subjects, so I can either use one type of alcohol or the other, and I have neither. Swarm of flying, blood-sucking pests called the Desert Devils descend upon your city. Although these annoyances are trying, they cannot sanguinate your subjects fully and will soon leave again. Most who get stung from them will suffer from certain affliction for many days. Well, there goes like... Oh, it's a safety down, not a health down. Oh, they're gonna want to wash a bunch. Okay. Yeah, when we can promote up to the next size, that'll be another 12 workforce. Put that in more cattle. Or you go for more gems. Oh, what? Oversupplying leather, aren't I? Well, not by much. Not as much as I was worried about. Although, it was less worry and more, can I turn more of the libraries on to using leather? Exiled. No one supposed to be getting exiled. Current rate: 50% of people apparently being killed in the fight pits. Okay. So that's another thing I could be improving. I don't think the fight pits have full coverage. They're a bit big to just be throwing up everywhere, but they got a pretty big coverage. Okay, they're covering there. Doesn't really cover over there. Obviously doesn't get over here, so maybe you want to grab another fight pit. Yeah. Before I get too carried away, I need to put a part break in here. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll probably get around to recording another part for you. Had a little bit of a late start to the stream today. I've been running these parts longer than I should have. So even though we're a day behind on recording, I think I'm only going to record the 4 parts tonight, and we'll take a 5-parter next time. The city is growing. Well, the city is able to grow, let's say. We've got enough fulfillment that we can definitely let some people into the city. And if I task those people specifically, I think, on making more food, I think we can improve access to food. That would be good. Yeah, specifically, I think getting more eggs. I think we need more eggs. Get like another 50 people in and get them like focused purely on egg making. And then quality of life improvements on a lot of the buildings would help. Definitely do a bunch more bunches. That wouldn't be a problem. The hearth improvements is still kicking in. We haven't done the last one. We did 4 of the 5. Last one needs a little bit more fancy cut stone. I don't think we've got the fancy cut stone yet. Yeah, it needs 112, so we'll have to give it a little bit more time. I think this is where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in. We're working to continue to make the city bigger and better and fancier. I suppose we could look at titles before we bring this one to a close. So we've picked up the artisan, so we can get bonuses to artisanal production next time. We got the first of their name, so we can start with more people and more innovation. We have the Lord of the 7 Kingdoms. So if we start up another run, we can have some government points to start with. 2.9, or... yeah, 2.9 is not super useful. I think they spend usually in a sets of 5. The rest of them we've been making some progress too, but we haven't done yet. Rigor Chains is free 5,000 slaves. Plus happiness isn't that bad. Bureaucracy, which is a percentile bonus to government points, that actually looks pretty good. Our realm is growing. It's up to 4,000 people. The caretaker, so have 100% access to hospitals and 5,000 people. Children of the Sun have adequate fruit farms, vegetable farms, and... oh, tiles covered by fruit farms, vegetable farms, and fruit orchards. Okay, that's an option. Not one we're probably going to do. Clumsy. Gained by living through... okay, so we've had... okay, so if we've had 300 people die in accidents, in a accident, we can take a safety buff. Serve enough drinks and have enough people. So the bar here is going off of the people, not off of the drink service. Speakers, stages, and fight pits. So get those all up to 70%. Gourmand. 50 food days. 75% food servings. And 2,000 people. Reduces hunger. Heaviest of hands. 5,000 people and 1,000 executions. We're only up to 47. Herdsmen. We're not using that type of pasture, so that we could do that at some point intentionally just to get it with this race, but the incompetent have a reputation drop below 20%, have 20 defeats in a row. Lifebringer, 5,000 people, and have cured 2,500. We're actually up to 1,001 cured, so apparently we're curing a bunch of people. The hospitals are working. The Merciful have killed 2,000 enemies while having over 90% mercy. Merciless, so it's the opposite. Pleaser. We're gonna have some massage parlors. We don't have that out yet. Richest of Kings. We haven't sold that much, although we're getting pretty far along there. And have like 5 billion in storage. Warden of the North. be in the cold climate, so that doesn't apply to us. Not this turn. And I suppose this would actually be an interesting one to try to do with these guys. These guys like warm climates. This is being a cold climate. Ruler of Sedge and B. So in a warm climate, hit 5k. Working our way up there. Give us heat resistance. Seer of the Gods, so get the temple fulfillment up to 95%. The Builder. Get 3 metropolises. The Conqueror. Kill 4,000 enemies. I think that's with no defeats. The Great, 8,000, same. Oh, and have the plebeians be happy. The Mad, have 200 deranged people running around. The Nudist. I suppose we could just say no clothes for anyone, but we haven't been doing that. Protector of the Realm. Invasions 1. We haven't actually been invaded. We've been bribing everyone off the slaver. We haven't been doing slaves. Usurper. We haven't assassinated any royalties. Emissary points. The Undefeated. We haven't had 50 battles yet to get that. The Uniter. Unite with 4 kingdoms. The Wise. Have education at 80%, which gives a bonus to universities and knowledge. Let's see. So those are all the titles. None of those are applied because we didn't choose any of these in this run because we're just unlocking them. So these would be bonuses to future runs. So we've got 3 bonuses for the future run, for future runs, and then we're currently up to Legate Ray. The next set of bonuses comes in 2,200, which would include 6 more double promotions. And it is more knowledge and innovation each time. So if we can keep things functional as we get bigger, then we can pick up more stuff. And we have been having the occasional tourist. We've been restricting them to good old lizard folk. Would probably be happier if, you know, we provided some opportunity for them to actually stay at a tavern. Their net worth has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. Although generally trending up, that's kind of a good thing to see. I mean, a lot of our stockpiles are pretty stable. But yeah, I think we're going to bring it to a close for today. When this place gets up to 600, we are equipped to go to the next level, which will provide us 12 more workforce number. We're not equipped right now to go up to the next level of this, although it's only 2.5% realm-wide governance, or workers. And the first one, for another 4 workforce. Okay, so that's not too bad. I think it's 3, 4, yeah, 3 and 4. So the first one's not too bad. We're definitely suffering from humidity in a bunch of places. With 12 more workforce, we could say level up either the this for more leather, or that for meat, or this for more gems. Or maybe I do pick up the upgrade for the Workers Guild and we upgrade that one. Or health, or loyalty. Yeah, I think this is just realm. I don't think it affects the main city. You know, if we get up enough, so maybe doing roads. Also has a region, or has a realm effect as well. So it doesn't just affect that one region. A lot of these are like, yeah, you want a really big city. I'm like, yeah, most of these places aren't wet enough to be fair enough. Yeah, more and more and more workforce as you go up the levels. They require a greater and greater population. Yeah, I don't necessarily know why the growth is feeling very slow. It might be because the health gets worse the bigger you get it. That might be slowing it down. But yeah. With that, I'm going to stop rambling. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up for you tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, sorry, I think the stream probably got broken up to 2 bits for the internet going out. But the upcoming schedule is going to be as follows. Remember, everything was basically delayed by a day. So in most cases, I'm probably going to be doing a 5-parter. One exception is today. We just ran it a bit too late, and I've decided we're going to stick with a 4-part. That means I will be 1 part behind. Although that's... I normally keep a spare 2 parts. So if I'm 1 part behind, that's fine. We can catch up pretty easily before that becomes a problem. Tomorrow will be Subnautica. Wednesday will be Terra Invicta. Thursday will be Darkest Dungeon. We'll be back to this on Friday. Due to things going on with the family, I won't actually be going out. Won't be traveling to an interview. So there isn't going to be a day or 2 when I'm missing. So we'll be streaming less. Something terrible happens. So hope everyone has been enjoying this. Blah, blah, blah. The cycle, of course, is going to be Subnautica, Terra Invicta, Darkest Dungeon, Songs of Six. Unless something comes up like yesterday, or we finish one of those games. It kind of feels like we're going pretty fast in Subnautica Below Zero, but maybe I just don't know enough about the game. Maybe there's going to be some twist that makes it feel like it's going to take longer. But yeah, we're pretty much done for this stream. Hope you've all enjoyed. If you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment or respond to, now is probably a good time to leave them. I am going to pause the game and bring the YouTube recording to a close. But if you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment or respond to, or you're watching later on YouTube and you want to comment or respond to, feel free to leave comments. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.